One more thing. Dallas Mavericks look like they're stuck in 7 to 9 in the NBA draft board. Who should they pick? We got an answer. Today's Locked On Mavs. One more thing. Welcome. You're still locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. It's the One More Thing, a bonus episode of Locked On Mavs. You missed the episode with Isaac and I talking about all kinds of different trade things, trade targets, a potential framework for an Anthony Davis trade. Go listen to that episode. Joined by Isaac Harris, the One More Thing king himself. And Isaac, we're talking about the NBA draft today.
Yeah!
Your favorite. You've just been consuming all kinds of draft content, games, texting late at night. Like, hey, did you see this guy over here from this game? Like, no, I didn't. I absolutely didn't. The Mavs right now are set at 9th in the tank lottery. If you want to go that way on Tankathon, they're right there. They're 19 and 30. The Bucks are 18 and 29. The Grizzlies are 18 and 29. They're right above them. And then the Jazz are the team above them after that. And then you have this group of Washington, Brooklyn, Indiana, New Orleans, Sacramento. It does not feel like the Mavericks are going to catch any of those teams at all. I don't think there's any chance they catch any of those teams. So the Mavs are kind of stuck in the 7 to 9 range, I think, unless something crazy happens with one of these teams. If the Mavs are in that range right now, who are you picking right now?
Well, the good part about this, if we're looking for the silver lining, if they don't move up and they don't try to, they don't increase their odds or they don't move up in that top 4, is the need for where Dallas is at right now as a franchise, having Cooper Flagg, kind of looking at the roster, the need for them is some type of young, dynamic creator, playmaker, guard type of player. And that, in a good way, matches up with this part of the lottery for this upcoming draft is you have, 5, 6 guys, and that once you get past the top 4, if you want to put Caleb Wilson at that 4 spot, I mean, literally, you could go 5 to 10 through there. I mean, I know Kingston Flemings kind of separated himself for a lot of people in that 5 spot, but they're all guards. Like, I mean, I saw someone's big board the other day, and it was literally just all 5 of the guards all the way through there, through that spot. And some people, depending on what you want to do with Quentin's at Kentucky, the big, but he scares the crap out of me. I don't want to have anything to do really with him.
Why?
It's just injuries. He's coming off a torn ACL. Now has another injury at Kentucky, and they're not playing him a lot, and knee soreness, and it's I just don't want to deal with all that right now.
Don't want to be in the business of having a Kentucky big that's injured a lot?
No, I don't. Yeah, we're kind of familiar with that, but but for Dallas, in that 7 to 9 range. I've been saying over the past week or so, depending on how far you move up in those odds, will determine if you get to pick the guy that you want.
True. Or
you get the guy that's left over. And even if you get the guy left over, it can still be a really good player.
The guards that Isaac's talking about are these. He's talking about Kingston Flemings. He's a 6'4" freshman guard, and for Houston, he's in that 4 to 5, 6 kind of range right now in a lot of mock drafts that we're seeing all over the place. You also have Mikel Brown Jr., the 6'5" guard from Louisville. He's right there in that 7 to 9 range. Labaron Philon, 6'4" guard from Alabama. He's a 20-year-old sophomore. He's in that range right there. Then you have Darius Acuff can be in that area potentially. And then you have, I guess if you want to count the guard from UConn, Braylon Mullins, it's not really a point guard. But tell me about this guy Keaton Wagler, who's been flying up. He's a 6'6" shooting guard from Illinois, and this story has been pretty big for a lot of people.
No, I mean he is the guy that's blown up a lot. Which I just found out the other day. I was actually reading a piece on him. It is Wagler. I said Wagler the other day. It is Wagler. So I was like, all right. They even
that feels like someone in his family wanted it to be different.
I know. I'm like, all right, is there a
Wagler?
But no, this Wagler kid from Illinois is this 6'6", lanky young kid. He's 19 years old. He goes into Illinois. He's barely recruited. He goes in there as a wing off ball player. But even a bunch of his background was him playing a point guard spot and playmaking, pass first. He hits a growth spurt in high school, but he gets to Illinois, and then they're signaling back home hey, you need to be getting an agent. He's looking that type of good. And then their main guy, Boswell, gets hurt as their point guard. They move Wagler to point guard in his place at Illinois, and now the dude's just going off. I mean, he had 46, a lot of people were talking about that a couple weekends ago, but just, 2 nights ago, his Nebraska game. I mean, Nebraska's a really, really good team this year. They only lost 1 game going into that game. And what Wagler's doing at 6'6", he has, I think it was Wasserman at Bleacher Report. I forgot where Wasserman's at now.
I think so, yeah.
He comped him to Jamal Murray, and I really like that because Wagler has an incredible outside shot. He plays with pace. He's got the vision, the playmaking, everything, but he isn't like going to fly through the lane and dunk on somebody. Like he's not like a Russ. He's not that type of like 6'6" type of athlete. He's kind of grounded. Like go, it's kind of like a fun like game. Like go try to find a Wagler dunk. Good luck, because I did, and I couldn't find one unless he had one recently that I missed.
Good luck, because I couldn't run.
Well, he plays beneath the rim, but his finishing numbers is really, really well. So it's just like it's a Jamal Murray type of guy that he would fit great in Dallas, man. And I mean, some people are just freaking out about him right now. It's like, hey, is he going to challenge Flemings for like a 5 spot? But I mean, he's for sure going to be a lottery pick. It's just a matter of how high he goes. But if Dallas can get him in that 7 to 9 range, I would love him. Yeah.
Let's say Kingston Flemings is off the board. You have to choose right now any of those guards. The Wagler guy you just talked about, the guard from Louisville, Mikel Brown, Labaron Philon from Alabama. Who are you choosing right
Christian
now?
Anderson.
Christian Anderson.
Acuff. I would probably take Wagler, but Mikel Brown from Louisville, I'm still holding out on. I get he's probably struggled the most out of these guys. At Louisville, he's had a back injury, and so he missed a chunk of games there. Then he came back, and he had this national game against Duke last week, and it was like super inefficient. And the biggest thing with people is like, oh, his shot selection, and he hit literally 1 field goal in that game, and just a tough outing.
38% from the field for the season, 28% from 3.
Yeah, and I forgot how many games he missed for the back thing, but coming into this year, I mean, he was considered to be up there in that like top 5 range. You go and look at some of his U19 stuff with Team USA, some of his high school stuff, you see the stuff that was so hyped. Obviously Kentucky, Louisville stuff back home, I follow a lot. And whenever they got him to commit to Louisville, it was just such a big deal because it's like, whoa, like Mikel Brown is like that type of prospect. And just watching his playmaking stuff, his vision, his athleticism, he can yam on people, explosion. He's got the shot, even though the percentages aren't there this year, but I believe in the shot. So I believe in him still more. And I think he can run point. And he's been playing off guard some at Louisville, so it's kind of like the Wagler thing if he played point guard more. So I think it's Wagler, him for me. He's like 6'4", 6'5", too. I tend to lean. I like size at that position. The Acuffs of the world scares me.
Yeah, Darius Acuff from Arkansas is 6'3". That one is one where you're like, see what happens. You got to bring something insane to that position if you're going to be that size. And it's wild that we're talking about like a 2-inch difference, but that makes a huge deal in the NBA.
It does. And, I have him and Christian Anderson kind of at that, like if we're ranking those 5 guys at like 4 and 5, I'd probably put Anderson. Yeah. Here's the deal. Like you're nitpicking, right, between these guys because they're all good prospects. And if Dallas lands at 10 or 11 and they get Acuff, they get Christian Anderson, and it's they're 6'3", 6'2", those are still good players, and they're going to be. I think they're going to be good. If I had to pick, I would pick some of these guys above those guys because I think just the size at that position is just so important at the next level.
Yeah, so Keaton Wagler, the 6'6" guard from Illinois. That one's a really interesting one. He's been flying up the ranks. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel. Last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff. The final chance to get in on the action before NFL season officially comes to a close. They have all kinds of prop bets, and I scroll all the way down. Scroll all the way down with me to the bottom of the prop bets page on FanDuel. Any non-QB to throw a passing touchdown, plus 1,200. That's a fun one. That's one you put some money on, and you're just waiting that whole time. And as soon as somebody gets the ball and they are in a position to throw it, you're getting excited about it. No touchdown in the game, plus 17,500. No touchdown in the game. That would be wild. I don't expect that to happen. Obviously, neither does FanDuel, but that's kind of a fun one. All kinds of different props and stuff that you can do on FanDuel. So check out that kind of stuff. Super Bowl 60, FanDuel is making sure you're right in the middle of it with a special offer just in time for the biggest game of the year. If you're a new customer, bet $5, just $5. You get $200 in bonus bets if you win that bet. Make it count, because after the Super Bowl season is over, last call for football on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. Also brought to you by Indeed. Hiring isn't just about finding somebody willing to take the job. It's about finding the right person with the right background who can actually help your business move forward. And if you want candidates who match what you're looking for, Indeed sponsored jobs is the move. You know, people looking for jobs are looking on everywhere. I've been a person that has looked for jobs, and you're just looking all over the place. You're trying anywhere you can to get your name out there, to find the right position for you. And if you're a hiring person, you know that sifting through all those different kinds of candidates is very tough. And so Indeed will help you match with qualified candidates by boosting your job listing to people who fit your specific criteria, skills, certification, location, all that stuff. You can boost to those specific people, which is awesome. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. 27 hires. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed sponsored jobs. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by TurboTax. Tax season doesn't have to take over your life. This year, TurboTax make it easier than ever to just hand things off and move on with your day. With TurboTax full service, you can have your taxes done for you by a trusted local expert, start to finish, without the stress or guesswork. You won't have to worry about anything. I've been a person that has tried to do it myself in the past. There's too many forms, there's too many boxes, there's too many things you got questions on. Give it to an expert, let them do it. Instead of spending hours trying to figure out forms, you can meet with a local TurboTax expert in person or connect online. They handle everything: W-2s, self-employed forms, the 1099s, all the numbered forms, all those. You can figure that out, and they can work to get you every deduction. Upload your documents, go about your day, get the updates right in the TurboTax app. Huge time saver. For a limited time, you can have your taxes done by a local TurboTax expert for just $150 all in. If a TurboTax expert didn't file for you last year, just file by February 28th. Take taxes off your plate and get back to your life. Visit TurboTax.com/local to book your appointment today. TurboTax.com/local.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
I think the Mavs they are going to be stuck in this 7 to 9 range. But can the Mavs out-tank Memphis or Milwaukee to get to even 7? Because I think Milwaukee has one less win than the Mavericks. They have one less loss than the Mavericks too. So they're right ahead of them in these tank standings. And they're not going to have.
And they're about to trade Giannis.
They're about to have Giannis. They're also just not going to have him because of injury. And so
they're going to trade him.
That team, yeah, probably. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That team is terrible without Giannis. If they don't get anything that can help them right now, like, that team may not win another game the rest of the season.
The rest of the year.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, they have to. Here's the thing with Milwaukee too, which it doesn't matter a ton, but they get the better pick out of them in New Orleans. So it's going to be like, or Atlanta gets the worst pick out of those two. That's what it is. It's something through there to where, like, they don't have to worry about it because the Pelicans are up that high. But yes, the Bucks gotta just prioritize the pick at this point. Memphis is the one that I just don't know about. I mean, I don't know what direction they're gonna.
The Milwaukee thing, by the way, is Atlanta gets the better of New Orleans or Milwaukee. So right now they're getting the New Orleans pick because it's higher up. But let's say the Bucks fly up.
Worse.
In the lottery.
I meant worse as in record. Yeah,
worse as in record. Yeah, they fly up in the lottery. The Milwaukee pick goes number 1. Atlanta gets that pick. So I mean that's kind of a weird wrinkle. But odds are the Bucks are going to have their own pick.
They'll get a top pick somewhere through there. I mean, depending on how Adam Silver does it, you trade Giannis and then you get the first pick, just like Dallas traded Luka and got Cooper.
Wait, does he have to send him to a certain market?
If Giannis goes to New York,
yeah. If he goes to Brooklyn or
Darren Peterson, hope you like snow in Milwaukee. But no, I mean, yes, they could out tank them. I mean, for sure. And it's just
the Bucks.
They can. Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance. Memphis, yes. I don't think there's any chance Milwaukee.
It depends on how bad you want it. And sometimes it doesn't matter. But, like, I mean, I was laughing the other night against this Washington Kings game. I don't know if you've seen this game, but I actually tuned in for it.
The Wizards hosts were texting me in the middle of that game going, we're trying our hardest to lose this game and can't.
Dude, at the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter, they benched all of their, which, I mean, they already suck. They benched all of their, like, main dudes, played Scal. Like, Scal just, I mean, how is he?
Brought in Brian Scalabrine.
But it's like they still beat the Kings, who had like DeRozan and those guys. So yes, some of that stuff you can't help. But if I'm Dallas, I think it's, you know, when you start getting into some of these second halves past the trade deadline and All-Star break, and it's like, oh, okay, well, Cooper's not, you know, suiting up a ton in the fourth. He's kind of, you know, helping.
That's a hard one because he's a rookie and he's 19 years old to like just shut him down. But
I know, guys, I know it sucks so bad. Like, I get it, but it's like, it's also, you're gonna, I mean, how do the Bulls feel with, you know, missing out on Cooper Flagg by a coin toss? Like, I mean, they were coin toss. So if they lost one more game last year, if Giddey doesn't hit the game winner against the Lakers last year, that a lot of people point towards, and they actually, you know, lose that game, they are in the spot that gets the ping pong balls to get Cooper Flagg. So it's that type of stuff that gets a little hard at this point. If you're like, man, you know, whatever, it's like, hey, if Dallas finishes at 9 and Memphis is at 8, and then Memphis jumps into and it's like, oh, you could have lost like 1 or 2 more games. And I get it, the ethical stuff, and it sucks, but this is your one chance this in Cooper's whole rookie contract to control your pick. So
imagine if you're the Jazz. The Jazz are trying to tank into that bottom section. They're like, there's almost just no way.
Well, the Jazz, you know, there's this top 8, and if it lands at 9, it goes to OKC.
They're 5 right now.
Yeah,
which means that they're still like, what are the odds right now that? So the Jazz are in 5th in the tank standings. There's a 3.7% chance that it is 9th. It goes to,
yeah, it's tough. Yeah, so I mean, they're going to be sweating bullets on that night if they don't move up some. There's somebody else, maybe Washington. I think Washington is protected.
Washington has a weird one where it's, I don't know.
It's top 8 protected.
But I'm seeing like a 20 at 7. They could send their pick to the. Tankathon literally just says complex conditions under their pick, because it says at 7 it would go to the Grizzlies, but at 8 it would stay their pick.
Dang.
At 9 it would go to the Knicks. So that's a weird one.
So
lottery night will be interesting. I don't think the Mavs can out tank the Bucks. The Grizzlies they could, so I think they are kind of stuck in this 7 to 9 range. But there's a ton of games left. There's 30 games left. A lot can happen throughout the rest of this. We'll see what happens with the rest of these guards.
We got to see what happens at the trade deadline. Yep. It depends on who Memphis, Milwaukee, Dallas, you know, gets back, type of thing. If Milwaukee gets back a picks center deal for Giannis, then yeah, I mean, but if they get back like players, like some of this like Minnesota talk and stuff, like it's going to be difficult. You know, if Memphis holds on to Ja and they don't trade Ja, and it's like they go, like they're probably going to try to lose some games, but they're still going to have players on their roster. It's not so I think I think this week could determine a lot about how sucky some of these teams are going to be.
I would feel so bad for Bucks fans if they have to watch Kuzma and Kuminga just like out chuck each other for the rest of the season.
With Kevin Porter Jr. setting them up.
Oh my God. Is Miles Turner just like regretting every decision in life the whole rest of the year?
Hopefully he gets traded too. I mean, he got his money, but tough.
Go listen to the other episodes we've got. We've got a post game coming out tomorrow after the Celtics game. Guys, check out the Everydayers Club code DEADLINE. You can still get a month free. Check the links in the description. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.